Hello, today we are going to cover a book review that is about 9 years old or so. I've read it years ago, listened to the audiobook like multiple times. It's the first book that really started evolving the way I think differently outside the conformity of the typical society, or I'll say rules, or a lot of the thought process, or kind of the way I was brought up. The whole go to school, 9 to 5, career mode, all that kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with that at all. There's just another way to think, and the world's changing as well. So the world is kind of what you see through your own lens. And that book is The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. It's an extremely popular book. Tim Ferriss is hugely successful. If you don't know who he is, I highly advise you to check him out, his podcast. He interviews like some just great people, and they have some good intellectual conversations and just passing on along wisdom. That's what I really appreciate with an individual like him, and there's quite a few others out there. This book here, The 4-Hour Workweek, I'd say the Rich Dad Poor Dad is your kind of step one for entrepreneur book. But this book here is just simply amazing. It's definitely one of the best. It's a New York Times bestseller, obviously. Let's dive into it here. The biggest concept I got out of this book, when I look back, so I read it about 5 years ago, the biggest thing I got was the definition of the new rich. And so if you're a millennial, this is kind of like the rules you're brought up into. So if you look at, say, I'm 35, so my grandparents, they were brought up in, that's when manufacturing and mass production on economies of scale really started to happen. And then it's kind of rolled out across North America. That's the traditional business model. But in the 4-Hour Work Week talks about the new rich and how the new rich is, if you're in control of your time, you take mini vacation, you basically work your whole life, but you work on what you want to be working on, and you don't actually retire at 65 to go play golf or start a band or write a book or whatever. It's just a totally different way to look at it. I definitely recommend this for people who have no aspirations of entrepreneurship either. It's like, why would you close a door? Why would you pass along wisdom, right? But at the same time, it's kind of got to apply to you. But there's definitely something in here for a lot of people, especially if you know nothing about the internet and the internet economy. Sometimes when I start talking to people that don't really know much about the internet or the internet economy, it's really hard for them to grasp that it is an actual economy, unless you've taken economics classes or an engineer or something. I remember one of my training partners, jiu-jitsu training partners, he was asking me questions, and I was like, okay, I'm just kind of educating this guy, which is fine. I guess he cornered me. So, but basically, once he finally connected the dots, because he's very left brain, trying to do like A, B, C, D to connect all his questions he had. And at the beginning, I said the internet is an economy, right? And then once he finally got that, his eyes just kind of lit up, and he's just like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's huge. So the concept of the new rich, another one is small is the new big. Really talks about your niche markets and how now you can connect with, say if you live in Thunder Bay, Ontario, or you live in some small city somewhere, you can still connect with millions of people through the internet in whatever passion or product you're offering or service you're offering. So the barriers to entry into entrepreneurship are a lot lower when you in the online economy. It's definitely not easy. Anyway, so yeah, that's another thing. The 4-Hour Work Week, it's a concept, it's a metaphor. You're not actually working 4 hours a week. You're busting your hump. You are like, if you want to be an entrepreneur, like it is not easy. And anyone who tells you that, or trying to sell you some kind of get rich quick scheme, or take this course and you're balling, or if someone's flashing money and stuff like that, and no, it doesn't work. And trust me, I've been ripped off for tens of thousands of dollars learning these lessons. So a lot of knowledge in the 4-Hour Work Week. Tim Ferriss, apparently, I don't know him personally, but he all he does is work, right? So it's kind of interesting. Okay, I'll hop in here, see if there's a couple couple points in here, and then I'll kind of wrap it up. Let's see here. It talks a lot about automation and virtual assistants. There's actually, I'm not going to give the book away, so spend $20 or whatever and go buy the book. It definitely will broaden your horizon, broaden your scope of way you view the world. And if you have like a small scope, that's fine too, right? But take a peek on what's on the other side and kind of make your own decision on the information that the wisdom that you're gonna acquire from this book. Yeah, the one thing I will like is the concept of virtual assistant. When he talks about getting a virtual assistant, he didn't need one. He did kind of as a joke, but once he got the virtual assistant, it actually really bettered his life. He gives a couple of really good examples, and for a lot of men, it'll make you laugh because his virtual assistant, like on her own initiative, because she's so professional, like did a nice Valentine's Day gift or card or something for his wife. His wife was just loving it, and he had nothing to do with it other than hiring her and kind of recruiting her. But yeah, that's the book. I'm going to summarize here: The 4-Hour Work Week, and Timothy Ferriss. He's got another great book too, which I haven't read actually. It's The 4-Hour Chef, and I think he's got another one as well. I don't know if I have one. Oh, The 4-Hour Body. That looks pretty interesting. But yeah, anyways, that's it. So take care. If you got any questions, shoot me an email or respond in the comment. And take care. Bye.